Hello and welcome to today's challenge. Today is day 6, so we have one more day after today left. Tomorrow, day 7, will be a surprise for you guys. I think it'll be something you really love. So if you get through today, if you've made it this far, definitely come back for day 7 as we wrap this up. Today's practice is short. It's not as long as some of the others have been, but we're really going to take our time and again just begin to notice, talk a lot about how the body responds to pain. And I think it starts here in the mental. So when we think about working out, or we think about yoga or fitness and all the things, we often look at the physical body and forget to look at the mental and emotional. So I'm very, very deep and intense about this particular thing in my own personal practice. I think that the mind and how we feel is deeply related and rooted to our nervous system and all the trauma that comes along with that. So if you're having inflammation in your body and you've tried everything else, you just have no idea what's going on, it's kind of where I'm at on some things that have led up to having fibromyalgia, then you're in the right spot, and please don't feel like you're alone. There is definitely some help for you, and if we're being real, if I am being real, there's some really hard days. Some days just don't feel like getting out of bed, don't feel like moving, you have a crick in your neck, your back hurts, there's places on your body that are sore, kneecaps are sore, you have no idea what is happening. In those moments, for me, what works best, and that's what I want to share with you, is just take a moment or two to really stretch out on your mat, get in your head, literally, like take a moment, meditate, put some oils on, some calming music, and that always helps ease the pain just a little bit for me, and so I hope that that also helps you. So, okay, so guys, we're going to get right into practice. Today, we are going to start on our knees. So if this is not comfortable for you, and some it's just not, and that's completely fine, you can take a seat as you wish, or you can do maybe a block just to help you sort of get comfortable as we settle in for practice. And again, we're going to be here for just a couple of minutes. This is a shorter practice than, again, what we had for the days that we've already completed. But again, just take your time. It's just because it's a shorter practice, there's no need for you to rush through. So whenever you're ready, I want you just to close your eyes. I want you just to take a moment, allowing your body to sort of settle in and kind of assess where you are. So at the beginning of practice, I always like to check in, just because maybe nobody else has asked you how you're doing. Maybe nobody else has had the opportunity to ask you how you're doing or how you're feeling. And often it is just something that we say. So I'm really big about checking in with yourself and really asking yourself, like, how am I today? How am I feeling? How's my body? How's my mood? How's my mental state? And the second thing I want you to remember is, let's be real with it. Let's be raw. We don't always function at 100%. Sometimes we're only 75, 50. Some days, really bad days, we're only at 25. So we're barely functioning there. And if you're like me, push it to the side. No matter how you feel, and you do for others, and you go and you continue on. And so I want to encourage you today to take a little extra time here, soften those shoulders, and just check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling. Relax your jaw. Just a few seconds here to soften through your body. Good. Start to pull that breath in a little deeper to your belly the next time you inhale. And softly exhale. Your next breath in, I want you to take your arms all the way up. As you exhale, you're going to take the right fingertips down. You're going to take a little stretch. Good. Maybe a little rock to just help open you up. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, take that left hand down, right fingertips reach. Inhale, lift. And exhale, take a moment. Good. Next breath in, you're going to inhale the arms up. Your left fingertips are going to come down. Left fingertips are going to just reach on the left top of the ear. So right fingertips, top of the ear. You're just going to stretch those fingertips. So you're just opening up the neck. So I want you to be careful here. So for me, I have a lot of pain in my shoulder blade. Again, no idea what causes it. But there's often my muscles are just super sore. And so just a gentle stretch here. So you're not jerking the head. You're just allowing the weight of your fingers to get a little more length. And then you can walk those fingertips out beside of you. If you're sitting flat on the mat, you can do the same thing. Take a full breath in and out. Good. Once more. And softly release the breath. Good. Slowly release. Inhale, arms up. Same thing, other side. These fingertips are going to come down. And you're just going to take the same position. So left fingertips on the top of the right ear as you walk those fingertips away from you. Good. So just, again, opening up through the side of the neck into the shoulder. You might even feel a little stretch into the collarbone, but when you get settled, I want you to take 2 breaths. And maybe you'll notice that it doesn't feel as good on one side as it does the other, and that's okay too. Good. Softly release. Inhale, arms reach. And then exhale down. Good. You can take the arms out for a moment just to stretch and open things up. So I'm going to add in some of those really large circles. Good. And then again, I always encourage you, this is your practice. You know your body better than anyone else. So again, I can't feel your body. I only know what mine feels like and what feels good. So just take your time no matter what you're doing. Good. We're going to shift into all 4. So once we get there, I want you to exhale as you press back to child's. And then inhale, gently come forward, look up. And then exhale as you round back to that child shape. So almost like a cat-cow. Ripple all the way out. Take your time. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Start to round and take it back. Good. You have 2 more. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, soften. Good. Last one. And exhale, release. Let's stay here for just a moment. Taking those knees wide. Maybe just softening out, sort of melting into the mat. And then you have an option. So if you want to take a small thread the needle, you can do that. So you're just going to take your left arm and just scoop it underneath that right armpit as you relax that forehead down. Good. Take a breath or 2 here, softening in. Noticing again what this feels like in your body. Maybe this doesn't feel so good to that shoulder, so softly start to lift and come out. Take a moment in the center. And then slide that right arm underneath.
Good. And softly relax all the way down. Good. Just taking your time. I really want to encourage you or to invite you to get out of the habit of rushing. So for me, everything has always been a rush. It's constantly moving 100 miles an hour. And during these practices, I really want you to slow things down. Okay, we're not rushing. We have to give our bodies time to respond. So again, just taking your time here. So we're going to take our left leg out to the side. So we'll meet back in that tabletop position. We're just going to slide this leg out to the side. So just a gentle stretch. If you lean towards that left foot, you're going to notice a good inner thigh stretch. So just take your time and soften through your knee. Good. Gently come back to center. And I'm going to turn so that we can do the other side. So again, setting that up. Right leg just slides out. Same thing. You can even walk your hands towards that foot if you want to. But again, that's up to you. And take your time. And then slowly, as you come back to center, I want you just to tuck your toes for just a moment. And this is just something extra. This isn't anything that you have to do, but I'm giving you the option. If you want to slowly start to lift yourself to press back in that downward facing dog just for a moment, so you can get a little more length in the back of the legs, you can do that. Oh, this feels really nice. Maybe this is the first day you have taken a downward facing dog or even stretched the back of the legs. Oh, and if that doesn't feel good for you, you can always come down to your forearms and get the same little bit of a stretch. I know that it looks a little different, but you're still working the same muscles in the legs. So this is just a little gentler on those wrists and shoulders if that's what you feel like you need. Good. So softly, we're going to come all the way down now onto our back. Take your time getting there. As you come down, take a moment to reset. Roll your pants back up over your stomach because that is constantly a thing. Yeah, pants just folding down over, I guess, your fupa, if that's what you want to call it. But anyway, when you get there, I want you to take a moment. I want you to take both legs up. Maybe wave the ankles so that the feet go one way, then the other. Just take a second. And then we're going to come into that seated pigeon. So we'll start with the right leg. So left leg plant, right leg just rests on top of the left knee. Now, you can stay here if this feels right for you. If this is what you want to do, you can absolutely stay. If you want a little extra and you feel like you want to get a little deeper into this posture, you can always start to lift things. Your right hand will scoop through the center of your legs. Left hand will come around, and it can either rest on the shin or it can rest behind the thigh, whatever feels good. So one of the things that I like to encourage you to do if you're super, super stiff is bring yourself to a wall. So this foot would actually be on the wall. That way you can sort of have something to stabilize the hips. You can have something to sort of gauge how you deepen this stretch by, pressing up against the wall, scooting a little closer to it. So again, if that's something that you want to practice, if you feel like your hip flexors are super tight, things are really starting to sort of gather there where it's hard to move or it causes you extra pain, that is always one of my favorite things to do. Go ahead, take another breath here. Shoulders out of your ears. Good. Gently lift that left leg. Right leg lifts. Maybe take a moment, and then we're going to go right to the other side. So again, you can get right into this, or you can drop that foot first. Maybe take a moment to open up that left hip, and then gently bring everything towards the chest. Softening those shoulders. A lot of times your shoulders want to hunch up towards your ears. So I really want to encourage you to soften the shoulders out. They have a space, so maybe just redirect them back to that space. And then soften in for just a few breaths. Good. Good. One more breath. Good. And then slowly start to release, lifting the legs up one more time. Good. You can take a half happy baby here. I always like to drop a foot to the mat first. So you're either going to reach for the outer sole of the foot or just behind the thigh. Again, your practice, you decide. You could also take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes if that feels good. And then start to gently lengthen through that opposite side or that left leg if that's the side that you're taking. Again, your practice, you decide, but wherever you land here, I want you to settle in, soften the shoulders. So from the collarbone all the way out, taking a breath, nice full breath in and out. And again. Good. Slowly slide that opposite leg back up, left leg up, right leg extends for a moment, and then you can swap sides. So again, peace fingers around your big toe, outer edge of the foot, or just the back of that thigh, whatever feels right for you. And then once you settle in, you can extend that opposite leg. So taking your time, once you get there, again, maybe you start to notice it doesn't feel as good on one side as it does the other, or maybe it's the opposite. Just whatever you notice about your body, I really want you to try to listen to how the body's responding to your movement. Good. Again, softening through that shoulder. Pause and breathe. Good. Slowly, you're going to slide that right foot back up. Left leg extends. Take a moment. Right leg extends. Allow things to get nice and long. Good. And maybe take the knees in towards your chest. Good. And so today for meditation, I am going to use a bolster. So if you have one, you can grab it, or maybe just some blocks, whatever feels good for you here. Good. You can take this and just slide it underneath the knees. If you have a blanket, you can grab that as well, making this as comfortable as you can. So just taking a little extra time today, if you have it, to join in this meditation. I want you to soften again all the way down. Good. Cover up to whatever feels good. You can let your hands rest beside you, palms up, or you can let them rest on your belly. Wherever you find yourself, allow your body to just relax on the mat. I want you to pull the breath deep into your belly. A little pause at the top. And then exhale. Inhale just like that again. And hold. And then exhale softly. One more breath in. And out. Allow the breath to softly return to normal. And I want you to relax the jaw. Let the mouth naturally fall open just a little bit. And then as you soften into this space, allowing the chest to get heavy, the body to relax, I want you to envision that you're just lying on the earth. And as your body gets comfortable and it starts to get heavy, it leaves an imprint. And the earth starts to conform to every unique curve, every neat little space on the back of your body. It supports you completely from the very crown of your head to the very bottoms of your feet and the tips of your toes. You relax that space between your eyes. And as you breathe, the body, the mind, it starts to drift a little further away. The ground beneath you warms your body to a perfect temperature. So you're not too hot, you're not too cold. You can gently feel the sun as it covers your face, almost like a blanket as it lays on your body. When you feel your body start to soften, things start to relax, everything gets heavy. I want you not to resist this feeling, but rather submit to it. And as your body starts to drift a little further, just allow yourself to get a little deeper as you breathe. Letting every thought go, letting every to-do list, everything that you're required to do just softly disappears. And as you relax in this space, you open yourself up the opportunity to restore your body, mind, and soul. Shavasana. slowly on your next breath, as you start to follow my voice, I want you to pull that breath in a little deeper to your belly. And exhale. And if you have the time and you want to stay here, you can finish this out. Just hit maybe pause on the video or stay where you are. Good. When you're ready, you can deepen that breath once again. Start to move your fingers and your toes. You can slowly reach those arms over your head. Maybe take a nice long stretch as you point the toes. Good. And then softly start to bend the knees. So maybe rolling onto the right side for just a moment. Finding that child shape, taking your time. Good. And then when you're ready, maybe you keep your gaze soft, your eyes closed. You can always come back to that seat as we close practice together. So I just want to thank you once again for joining me for today's practice. Thank you for stepping on the mat and again, choosing to put yourself first. It is always such an honor to be in this space and meet with you in this online platform. Namaste.